Okay, so as most of you know, my name's Kaylee. I am a medium. I am clairvoyant. I feel energy. I feel people's energy, and when they walk in the room with me, I can't help it. I get a 30-second glimpse sometimes of things that have happened to you in your life, especially sometimes if they're really traumatic or it's something you're carrying with you. Probably would be the best way to describe it. Um, and a lot of this that I've had has grown stronger as the years have gone on, for sure. Everything that I feel and hear and experience right now is definitely 10 times more intense than it was 10 years ago. Okay. So gifts do grow. You can grow them, but you have to ask. I have a lot of people that ask me, like, how do I do that? How do I open myself to communicating with my spirit guides? Or how do I open myself up to growing my gifts as a medium or as an empath? Or maybe just as a healer. And this can be any type of healer. This can be doctors and nurses. This can be EMTs. This can be chiropractors. This can be massage therapists, hairstylists. I did hair for 20 years prior to owning my own museum, and I loved it. As you can tell, I like to talk to people. So being behind a chair, I was already someone's therapist, right? I was already the one that heard people's deepest, darkest secrets that they didn't tell other people anything about. I heard things about some of my beautiful, gorgeous women, these beautiful women that I had that would come in and tell me that they walked in on their husband literally having sex with somebody else in their bed. Or these people that were just hurting because of like the literal crap that was going on in their life. And as their hairstylist, not only was I there to listen to them and to help them get through this situation, I didn't have to. That was just me already. That was already a part of me. I've always wanted to do that. And part of why I became a cosmetologist or a hairstylist all these years ago. Like I said, I'm 43 now. When I got my cosmetology license, I was 21. So this is a long time. I knew that I wanted to be around people. I wanted a fun environment. So I loved being in a salon. I was in one of the best salons in Omaha, Nebraska at the time, which of course I wouldn't have settled for anything less than being at the best salon, right? And it was fun, and I loved everyone I worked with, and I was so happy there. And I felt like I got to help people like feel really good about themselves. Like, what do you want to change today? Do you love your color? Do you love your cut? How can we fix this? Like, what would make you feel good? What do you envision? What pictures do you have? So I don't know if I have some hairstylists out there or massage therapists or nurses or anybody that does healing or works with their hands. There's very few professions, especially in this collective who are watching or listening on Spreaker, that get to actually physically touch people, okay, where you're allowed to put your hands on people. There are very, very few professions that are that way. And outside of the medical field, hairstylists and massage therapists are basically the others, where people would sit in my chair and I'd always just start by just putting my hands on their shoulders, or maybe like running my fingers through their hair and just kind of getting a feel for it and seeing, what all we want to change, because you're putting yourself into their space and this is their comfort zone, and you're touching them and their head and their hair. And a lot of people, their hair is their comfort blanket. And I don't say this out of any sort of negative way. I say this out of over 20 years experience working with people and what they've told me. And just even for me too, you like it a certain way and it's really scary to make change sometimes. So that's why I understand about change. That's why I understand so much about people who get in their heads about things. And I'm used to talking to people about stuff like that. So I think your angels and guides just really want you to focus on you and what you know right now and what you feel comfortable with and what your passion is. And I think that we're all in a place right now of just, something's coming. You feel like something's coming. You're doing the work, at least that you think you're supposed to be doing, right? We all feel like we're doing the most we can right now. And it's just not quite here yet. So they say it's coming. It's already on its way. It's in, the Amazon delivery truck. That's how they show me. Like it's en route. Like when you're waiting for a package and you may get on Amazon and like check to see where it's at. And it's like, you can always tell if it doesn't say it's out for delivery yet, it's probably going to be the next day, right? But most of the time it'll be like, oh, you're 10 stops away. That's what they're showing me. Your package is 10 stops away. So it's en route. It's not even just en route. It's on the truck. Like it's already been pulled from the shelf. It's already been your address on it. Like it's 10 stops away is how they're showing it. So just we all have breakdowns. Go in the shower and release that shit. Let it go. Cry if you have to. Be angry for a minute. Be able to voice that you don't understand why it's not here yet. You have to understand and not have guilt over that, because that's a normal human response. That's what we're here to learn, is that it's okay to feel a certain way. It's okay to be upset about something or be scared. Like that's part of this experience, but you just can't stay there forever. That's the whole point, is get your cry out, get your frustration, be angry, and then you feel better after and you're done. Like the rest of your day is good and you get to choose how that goes and how you're going to continue to move forward in that. Okay. So, that was a lot to channel. Let's pull a couple cards here really quick. I do have a Spreaker account for those of you that are watching me on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. I love all my followers so much. So on my Spreaker, it is also called Your Spiritual Therapist, 888. Or just look up Your Spiritual Therapist. You'll find me. It'll be my picture and like a black and white photo. And it's these same readings like you're seeing now. The only difference is they're longer. So you get the longer version of it. So you're going to get anywhere between a 15 and a 30-minute update or reading, or I do energy healings on there too. I'm going to start doing a lot more meditation. So if you need something to fall asleep to, we're going to do that as well, like an evening meditation. That will be coming out later today. Later this evening, I should say. So you'll be able to listen to it as much as you want. And I am on Spreaker, but I'm also on iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Audible, you name it. I'm on there. So just look up Your Spiritual Therapist. Can you give me a couple cards here, please, just to let me know what's going on in the collective right now? Can you tell me what's going on? What do we need to know today? And we only have a couple of minutes left. Oh my God, we have 30 seconds. Okay, you have a new path coming. There is great fortune. You're no longer going to be in despair and gifts. That's amazing. I love this. I love you. Have a good day. All right, those of you that are still listening on Spreaker, I had to stop that really quick. I was recording live on TikTok, and I do that a lot. If you are watching on TikTok, it's just Spiritual Therapist, and then it's like _888. So that's where I am on there if you actually want to watch on video. Otherwise, same for YouTube. And I do have a link tree where you can just find all my social media. If you'd rather see me while I'm talking instead of just listening, that works too. Okay, so we're going to keep going. So we ended off last with, I guess, just a big channeling from your spirit guides and them just wanting you to really just kind of look back at everything you've gone through and how far you've come. I just feel like you're so hard on yourself. Like it's almost like you get to the point where you're so positive and like you're ready and you know there's going to be a change. And then all of a sudden it's like you just have a day where it's just not feeling right. You feel like shit. You're angry. You're frustrated. You're like, you want to cry. And some do. I did. I mean, you just get to days where you're like, what the fuck, right? I'm sorry to use that language, but when you feel it that deeply, that's what you feel, whether people want to actually say that or not, which actually you should. It does make you feel better. But as far as what I'm seeing here and the cards that popped out, we got Thief in reverse, which is really interesting. It makes me wonder if this is it, like they've been caught, okay? I'm going to ask more questions about that here actually in a minute because we need to dive a little more deeply into that, but we only have like 3 minutes left, so I'm kind of panicking. Okay, so there is a new pathway moving forward that is connected to great fortune. So we have the 26th of the month, or the number 26 that could be significant, and the 17th is coming out as well. It's just saying that you're having all this great fortune. You're no longer going to be in despair. You have gifts coming forward for you. Can you tell me more about this thief in reverse? Can you tell me more about this thief in reverse, please? Let's see what this says. Courtship. Okay. Can you tell me more about this? Thief in reverse, please. What is going on with this person? Is this a coworker? Is this somebody that works for you? Tell us more about this. This is someone that actually thought that maybe there was like a little bit of an obsession there. Like they wanted to be with you, but yet you weren't interested. So there was frustration. The Judgment card is coming out. And then we have, marriage and... Okay, so you're no longer going to be in a position of poverty or like living paycheck to paycheck, basically. There's definitely justice coming in that has to do with your marriage. Those of you that are married, these are the people I'm going to talk to here real quick. There's some sort of case that's coming up with you. It may be a court case. It may be something that has to do with somebody of power, but you are getting judgment when it comes to that. And there is change when it comes to finances and or any fears you may have been having recently. That's strange that pops up. Is there anything else we need to know? Oh my gosh, we have a minute left. Judgment came out again, you guys. So definitely the number 20 or the 20th of the month could be significant, but you got like, some of you could be really homesick too, I hear. But there's a lot of self-evaluation, but judgment is coming in. So these people that went against you do have this coming forward, and this is a quick decision. Okay. Some of you could be traveling very, very soon as well. But this is really good. And there's going to be a lot of adult sexual chemistry going on as well. Just saying, I gotta say it came out in the cards, right? Anyways, thank you guys all so much for listening. Keep up on my podcast. Make sure to hit subscribe because you'll get notifications when these new videos come up and new readings for free. All right, guys, I hope you have the most amazing day. I love you. Be safe.